One allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Moving on for the stormwater meeting.
Roll call. Lisa Draves.
Here.
Alan Migliorini.
Here.
Jack McGraw.
Here.
I will also note that Jeanette is on Zoom.
Is there anybody online?
Jeanette.
Okay. First thing on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from October 16, 2024.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from October 16, 2024.
Second. Motion made second. Any discussion? Roll call please.
Lisa Draves.
Yeah.
Alan Migliorini.
Yes.
Jack McGraw.
Yes. Any correspondence? Once. No. You have an engineer's report. Are you there, Jeanette?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Well, primary report is that I did get 2 quotes back from tree removal companies. I think I emailed those over yesterday, so it seems like you saw them. I got the impression that from what I remember in our meetings that you kind of wanted to see where that would hit for your budget. I don't know. Obviously, you'll have to decide if your budget allows it, but of the 2, I thought Justin's tree service, I'm not surprised that he was the lower one, especially because he literally lives right there. So, you know, those are for your consideration. If you actually want to, you know, move forward with that, maybe even later in the year, you might want to, you know, we could reach out to some others, but I thought that was a good launching off point for you to decide if it's in your budget for the year. So that was the primary part of my report. I know with it being the end of the year, we'll have to, our stormwater wise for MS4, I think the annual report is due in April. So should probably start thinking ahead of like what type of items that go on that report. And I could get with, Brandon about that. For example, one of the items for that report is like street sweeping. They want to know like volume of debris that was collected for street sweeping. So that's just kind of an example of some of the items that'll go into their report. Also, like how many permits were issued throughout the year, et cetera. So that's just something to kind of look forward to in terms of just starting to pull those report items together to make things easier in April.
How's it coming with the mapping of the system?
You know, Jim and I were talking about that the other day, and I think he said it was like 60% done because we've got the CAD files for the majority of the town. So we have that, you know, we have the outfall structures mapped on there. I think there is still a little bit left to do. I'll have to find out what that percentage is. I can email that over to you.
Yeah, I know he had said, Shem had said something about Putman, and they did the drawings for Putman for the subdivision that he's building right now, and once that's all done, and then there's a little bit more mapping and stuff, but we're up to date with everything that needs to be done at this point, correct?
Yeah, that does sound correct. I think that's the same information that I had, adding in the Putman and just a little bit more mapping. So it sounds like it's moving along well from the team, you know, from the global team that's working on it.
And do you remember, Janet, if this, the money to remove these trees, is that in the funds in 2024 already allocated funds, or is that funds that we still have to come up with?
Well, what happened with the funds? Didn't you take all the funds for Haglin Road and then put that back to go to the salt storage structure? So if that's the case, wouldn't those funds have been reverted, back into other items. It makes me think that you don't have that allocated. Like for example, when we had the Haglin Road Storm Sewer project, I don't recall, I'd have to check to see if we had, I don't think we had tree removal in there, but even if we did, those funds were taken out of that project and moved. So it's my opinion that you don't have that allocated already. That's the way I remember that. Are you talking? I can't tell if someone's talking. Like Lisa, are you saying something?
2025 budget then is what you're thinking.
Yeah, say that again, Lisa.
Would it have to come from the 2020?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, I'm not, I don't have all the ins and outs of your budget, so I don't want to, speak off the top of my head, but, yeah, I don't think that you allocated that in your 2024 budget, so it sounds like it would come out of the 2025 budget.
Okay, well, I know the only question we have on this is that, Justin's tree service, if we do it before March 31st of 2025, there's a significant saving, by doing it, but we're gonna have a meeting, and our next meeting is February, correct, of 2025?
For stormwater, yes, it would be February.
So that would be more than enough time to figure out where the funds are at, and also to get one of these contracts here, as long as they're still good at that point. What I'm reading right here, that's what they will be. So I think we'll postpone this till our February meeting, and we'll make a decision then. In the meantime, I'll make sure I get with Nicole and find out if we can. I know there were funds left over from this Adams storm sewer.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever the funds came from, where they went, I don't know, if we allocated them. So to get that clarified, I'll push that to the February meeting.
And you can always call a special meeting.
If need to be, right.
If you want to do it for the sanitation board meeting,
In January.
which I think the 15th.
That sounds correct.
Okay, that should do it for you. Anything else in it?
No.
Okay. Moving on to old business. Future infrastructure projects. Yeah. There.
Was there-
Future infrastructure projects, I don't know of any that are ongoing like that, in the future. I don't remember in the minutes if we have anything.
We were talking about the salt shed and the loader last time when we were talking about future infrastructure.
Been awarded and taken care of, so. I think that's, and then Haglin Road Storm Sewer, that's, I believe that we were talking about the funds
Mhm.
for that, so again, I'll get with the call because it's not here, and I will have the information that's needed for that. And Taco Bell, update on Taco Bell. I believe that was taken care of. There was something about the skirt, exterior, dressing to keep.
Yeah, for the sweat protocol for Taco Bell, they had some stocks down, they didn't have the silk fencing and so forth. We spoke with the project manager there. And it plainly stated on their plans, item number 1, under the SWAP, it says that silk fencing will be installed, not may, not might, it said will. And he took care of it. It's up now and we're good.
Okay, great. Okay, so that takes care of old business. Anybody else got anything on their own business? Okay, new business, financial report. Given the financial report, anybody see it? Have to look at it?
I will note that we had put, the last item that was on there, I know I have one too. On the financial report, I don't have it on this one. The very last item for stipends, that is your guys' board fees. We put that down because it's being paid out of 2024. I believe that we just paid those fees this week. I'm not sure which payroll that is going on, but she wanted to make sure that I noted that's because we're coming out of 2024. Yep. Mhm.
Finish up, yeah.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay. Do we need to, next, let's go seven. Any other-
I make a motion to accept the stormwater board financial report.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Lisa Draves,
Yeah.
Ellen Migliorini, Jack McGraw.
Yes. Approval of any claims, two or more signatures. No any that are existing. Okay. Good to the order.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
6:48.
2 more minutes.
Should we call him about Julie Moore? Charge it. I just charged the.
Yes. Oh, this is good. Oh, I don't know.
Then you're looking at it.
Sometimes,
Yeah. I have it. Yeah.
We got.
Trash. Guess what day it was? Banana and yogurt. How many times I went through the trash?